Bitcoin took a 15% dive on the 16th of July. This is a very good opportunity to showcase the growth and shrink factor features. And two basic indicators. Navigate to simulated trading. If previously used strategies is not already selected, please do so. If selected, the corresponding trading pair in the chart is visible on the right hand side of the screen. Click on the settings button. Select the Buyline tab and adjust the buy price to the now lower Bitcoin value. We went for $9,750 and since we're kind of in a small bear market now, it's recommended to set a small growth factor of 15% and a large shrink factor of 50% in order to avoid catching falling knives and setting a buy order only if an upward trend is likely. In the computed column of the settings screen, one can see the effects of the applied algorithm and the respective growth and shrink factors on the buy line. We decided to change the buy at price to $9,770. Once you're satisfied with the initial buyline setup, hit save and activate the strategy by clicking the slider next to the strategy pair and name. Let's look at some indicators and see how likely it is the price will drop under our buyline. There is a large volume spike around 10 AM. Let's set the candle size to 1 hour and then activate the MACD indicator that will give us a better understanding of how the volume behaves. Click indicators in the upper panel and search for MACD. Then click on the MACD indicator and close the indicator panel. Underneath the candle chart, there now is displayed the MACD, the blue line, and the signal line in orange. Generally speaking, if the MACD is below the signal line, it is time for the bears and vice versa. Looking at our chart, we can see the MACD is still slightly above the sell line, but moving steadily closer, signaling a drop in volume and potentially a drop in price. Is a slight upward trend continuing, or is a drop more likely? Let's find out. First, click indicators on the upper panel of the trading chart, type RSI and click on the Relative Strength Index indicator that appears in the drop-down menu. Close the indicator menu. You can see the RSI panel below the MACD panel. You can see the RSI is sitting around 50. A quick note is that all assets with an RSI under 30 are considered underbought, while all assets above 70 are deemed overbought. The current zoom level is not really meaningful, and since we want to verify how likely it will be for the price to drop under our buy line, let's zoom in on the candles. Select 30 minutes from the candle drop down. If we now look at the RSI, there is a slight downtrend visible, making our buy line somewhat realistic and allows us to take a step away from the monitor and let the bot do its work. Let's clean up our trading chart panel a bit. Reduce the size of the indicator window by pulling the separator, by clicking and holding it. Now let's speed things up and see how the bot behaves. Here we can see the buy line was triggered and a notification popping up after the price crossed $9,784 upwards. If we would have had a fixed buy line at $9,770, the buy wouldn't have been triggered. Sit back and watch the trade unfold. In order to get a broader perspective, let's change the candles to 1 hour and adjust the indicator screen in order to see more of the candle chart. Deselect auto scale, click and hold the chart and scroll upwards until the sell, trailing stop and stop loss signs are visible. To showcase the growth and shrink factor applied to the buy line, we set the candle chart to 5 minutes and select the auto scale again. Our next buy line for the next trade is still being calculated and plotted on the chart in grey and shrinks 50% and grows 15% accordingly. As the price approaches the stop loss line, the bot sells at $9,589 for about a 2% loss, allowing for a lower entry sometime soon. The buy line is now shrinking with the falling price. A rising RSI after hitting rock bottom is a strong signal for a trend reversal, as we can see the buy line was triggered at $9,466.80. Almost $300 below our initial trade, compensating well for the approximate $200 lost in the previous trade. Have a look at the newly calculated sell line by increasing the candle time to 1 hour. Our sell lines are still well placed and we can zoom in again to follow the bot's behavior closely just for you. Sadly, our hard drive is running full from the screen recording, but you will know what happened with the price afterwards, and our stop loss line at $9,277 wasn't touched before the spike. If that's not an almost perfect bottom call, I don't know what is. For more tutorials, updates and more, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, as well as visit our Twitter and Medium.